Up to this point, we've talked about choice as a state, pendulums, excess importance, and the wave of fortune as a form of alignment. Now we arrive at one of the most misunderstood ideas in reality transurfing, the difference between desire and intention. Most people live almost entirely inside desire. They want things to change, they want better outcomes, they want clarity, security, health, freedom, or purpose. Desire feels natural, but in transurfing, desire alone is powerless. Not because wanting is wrong, but because desire is passive. Desire says, I want this to happen. Intention says, I am moving into the reality where this is already happening. The difference may sound subtle, but mechanically it changes everything. Desire keeps attention focused on lack. Intention redirects attention toward action and alignment. In the book, Zealand makes a clear distinction here. Desire is a request. Intention is a decision to participate. This is why desire so often increases excess importance. When you want something badly, you reinforce the idea that you don't have it. That imbalance activates resistance. Intention works differently. Intention does not demand, it does not beg reality to change. It assumes cooperation is possible and then moves accordingly. Here's a simple example. Someone desires confidence. They think about it constantly. They analyze why they don't feel confident. They compare themselves to others. Their attention stays locked on the gap. Nothing changes. Now, let's focus on another person who forms intention. Not dramatic intention, not aggressive intention, but quiet internal certainty. They begin acting in small ways as the version of themselves who is already more grounded. They speak a little more slowly. They stop over-explaining. They make fewer defensive moves. They don't try to prove confidence, they allow it. The outer circumstances begin to respond differently, not instantly, but consistently. This is not because the universe rewarded them, it's because their inner orientation changed. Desire waits, intention moves. This is where many manifestation teachings collapse. They encourage desire, visualization, and emotional charge without addressing balance. Reality transurfing removes emotional pressure from the process. Intention does not require obsession, it requires clarity and participation. Another key distinction Zealand points out is internal intention versus external intention. Internal intention is about forcing outcomes. External intention is about aligning with the flow of reality. External intention is subtle. It doesn't push, it positions. When you stop demanding that reality obey you and instead cooperate with how it moves, options appear that force could never access. This is why intention is closely linked to the wave of fortune. Desire often knocks you off the wave. Intention helps you stay on it. Not because you're trying harder, but because you're no longer interfering. This is also where impatience becomes visible. Impatience is desire disguised as urgency. Intention has patience built into it, not passive waiting, but steady movement without tension. As you observe your own life, notice where desire dominates. Notice where wanting turns into pressure. Notice where outcomes feel heavy. Those are places where intention has not yet formed. For now, you don't need to eliminate desire, just recognize it. Ask yourself a quieter question. Am I waiting for reality to change? Or am I already participating in the version of life I want to live? That question alone shifts orientation. And when orientation shifts, reality follows. When you're ready, move on to the next module.